This is my lesson plan for implementing a digital lesson. I chose to do second grade, focusing on mathematics and graphing. The two content standards I focused on comes from math. It says draw a picture graph and a bar graph to represent a data set with up to 4 categories. Solve simple, put together, take apart, and compare problems. And then I chose to do a writing one. It says with guidance and support from adults, use a variety of digital tools to produce and publish writing, including in collaboration with peers. Several NETS standards were selected. A few where students will use technology to seek feedback. Students engage in positive, safe, legal, and ethical behavior. Students will build their knowledge by actively exploring real world issues and problems. They'll collect data and use digital tools to analyze them. They will choose appropriate platforms of their desired objectives to their intended audiences when they publish it. This lesson on graphing is a performance task that involves students collecting data, creating a visual display, and then synthesizing that information based on the data set. Students are expected to explore this standard variedly throughout school years in each elementary grade, with it getting slightly harder each year. First, students will complete a Nearpod reviewing the characteristics of graphing, such as labels, frequency, and more. Next, students will collect data from our class. The students will answer the following question: what is on the top of your Christmas tree? Altogether, we will make a frequency chart that the students will reference when creating their own bar graph within the digital platform Seesaw. After creating Seesaw, they will collaborate with other students and see if their answers are similar, and then they'll tap into the digital tool Flipgrid to broadcast their information and to show an understanding of what they've learned. The Nearpod I created can be used live, or it can be used where the students are one-on-one. I recommend using it live because then the teacher kind of is the facilitator and controls how much of the lesson the students get at a time. So just quickly going through, I start out with a poll activating their prior knowledge. How much do you already know about picture graphs and bar graphs? Share something you may already know. I embedded a Numberog math video that just highlights the important characteristics of bar graphs. I also put a quick definition of what a bar graph is. I've also embedded a BrainPop Junior video on bar graphs. I have the parts of a bar graph, some open-ended questions. These questions also allow me to formatively assess while I'm going over this, which will then help me decide what maybe needs remediation or what our class has mastered and we're ready to take it to the next level. And one of the final pieces, we've of course got our EQs, our assessment, which the final product, the bar graph, will be on Seesaw, and our findings will be shared through Flipgrid. But a huge piece is reflection on not only just the teacher, but the students as well. So I turned these questions from our professor into second grade friendly vocabulary, and students will answer 5 questions. What did you learn? Tell me one fact you learned. What was your favorite part? What was your least favorite part? And then asking the students, if you got to be the teacher, what would you change about this lesson plan to make it even better?